Okay, so, hey, on Spotlight, I'm Sean Neal, and I'm here with Joanne Amick from Community Hospital. So I'm on Facebook, was it about a week ago, and I see this this quick little post come by, and it says that you were awarded, I think, bring you in and have you talk about what the kids program is, how people in the community can benefit from it. So,
Okay.
I'm going to drop it there and say, hi, Joanne.
Hi, Sean. Thanks
Hi.
for having me.
Yeah.
My name is Joanne Amick. I'm the clinical manager on Pediatrics at Community Hospital here in Anderson. And I've been involved with the Safe Kids chapter of Madison County since 1998 when it started. And currently I'm the only remaining member of the chapter. So
The lone soldier?
yeah. But I do car seats and car seat safety, and it's a passion for me, so I really do enjoy doing that. But every year since '98, we've been getting grant money for the Safe Kids chapter to purchase new car seats to distribute to people who need them. They have to call and make an appointment, and I do just ask a few questions to make sure they qualify for a free car seat.
Sure.
Set the appointment, and then I hold the appointments at one of the local fire stations, Fire Station number 4 on Cross Street here in Anderson.
Cross Street, that's right, over by where I grew up.
Oh,
So,
yeah, and they're very gracious to let me have my appointments there. So the people come, they bring their child with them, I fit them in the car seat, check their old seat, do a lot of education about the new seat that they're getting, and talk about safety in the vehicle, things like that. And I am certified in child passenger safety.
Wow.
Took a 40-hour course all those years ago to become certified, and then I renew that.
In case you don't know, the studio is falling apart as we speak.
I renew that certification every year with further education. So I'm current on all the updates on the laws.
Okay.
And speaking of laws, the current Indiana law is that all children must be in a child restraint device until their 8th birthday. On their 8th birthday,
Okay.
they can come out of a car seat. Now, that doesn't mean that your 8-year-old's going to be in a little, infant or kid seat. There are booster seats, and
Sure.
and I will show you some of those in a minute. But Indiana law does say until their 8th birthday.
And then that's interesting. I mean, do you find a lot of people that don't realize
Yes.
that? When we're talking a 6-year-old, I would have never even thought to look
Right,
at that
and
level,
most
so.
parents that take their kindergarten or first grader to school, you see them drop their
Right.
child off, they're not in a booster seat. Technically, yes, that's breaking the law, but they may not know.
Right, and it's safety. I mean, the
Right.
laws, again, I want to reiterate that the law is there for safety. It's not,
Right.
It's
Not to be an inconvenience.
Exactly.
Right.
So, when we're talking about that, it's absolutely to make sure you're safe. And obviously they tested and they found
Oh,
out
yeah.
that this is the way
Right.
to do it. So, Safe Kids, is this and I'm asking purely out of curiosity, is this a national program?
It's
or
a
is
worldwide program,
It's worldwide,
actually.
okay.
Right, and it was established because it was discovered that accidents were the leading cause of death in children up to age 14.
Oh, wow.
So Safe Kids developed all kinds of programs to educate and to get instructors to teach parents what to do to help their kids. I mean, there's fire safety, water safety, bicycle safety, child passenger safety. There are a lot of areas. Since I'm the only one with our chapter, I focus on car seat safety and have been for all these years.
Sure.
So,
Well, now I noticed down here you've got a ton of toys. I'm pointing this way. A ton of really cool car seats and things like that. And I don't want to intrude on what you've got to show us because I think it's really neat and it's kind of fascinating actually, especially after you said age 8. So I'm curious to see the different applications.
the transition,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. So please tell us a little bit about what we've got.
And statistically, 9 out of 10 car seats are used incorrectly.
Wow.
So
really?
when parents bring their child in for their appointment, before I give them the new seat, I'll look at the old seat, and definitely 9 out of 10, if not sometimes 10 out of 10, are used incorrectly.
Oh my gosh.
Mine were used incorrectly until I took the course to
Right.
find out. And the most common errors that parents have is just that it's not buckled tightly in the vehicle, or the harnesses on the child aren't tight enough.
I see.
So they're common mistakes, but yet when safety is a priority, then I just
Absolutely.
want to educate them on the safest way to do it.
Absolutely.
So the first seat I have up here is an infant seat, and it goes. This one in particular goes up to 22 pounds. Some infant seats will go up to 30 pounds, some even 35. Infant seats are always rear facing, and the recommendation before a couple months ago was that a child should be rear facing in a car seat until they are 1 year old and 20 pounds. They had to meet both criteria.
Okay.
Just recently, the American Academy of Pediatrics released a statement, and they think that children should be rear facing until they're 2 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to stop you there. I'm asking, for moms and dads who are driving 20 minutes, half an hour to grandma's house, how do you suggest dealing with, because I know at 2 years old a child is curious, they're looking around.
Right.
How can you entertain to keep
Well,
them
if
content?
you start from the beginning, that infant doesn't know that there's a difference than being rear facing in the car.
There you go.
Now, if you've already got your child forward facing, then you turn them back around, you may have a
We've got
fight
a
on your
problem.
hands, but you're the parent, and I mean,
Right,
you have
right.
to make that. Sometimes there are tough decisions.
Sure, sure.
And a lot of parents' complaints about rear facing is that, well, my child's too tall and his feet are hitting the vehicle seat, and they think, oh, it's not safe. That is still safe. Their knees bend, so
Right.
I mean, they can accommodate. And again, the child doesn't know any different. That
Right,
it's,
right.
To them, they are not uncomfortable. It's more uncomfortable for the parents to see
Sure.
their legs bent. And only less than 1 out of 1,000 kids are injured with their legs touching the back of the seat.
Right.
So it's
And
very minimal.
I assume we do rear facing because this way the child's protected from the head on.
A rear-facing seat will absorb crash forces or energy throughout the whole seat.
I see.
Whereas when they're forward-facing, it's just the harnesses that stop
Wow.
those forces.
Okay.
So they are statistically much safer rear-facing. That's why the American Academy of Pediatrics wants them still rear-facing, because the chances of injuries will decrease.
Sure. Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Okay, here, we got that for you. We're doing the car seat shuffle.
And the next seat I have is, there are basically 3 types of car seats: infant seats, convertible seats, and booster seats. This is a convertible seat, and convertible means it goes forward-facing and rear-facing. And this one is actually rated to 40 pounds rear-facing, so this would easily accommodate a 2-year-old
Exactly.
for quite a
Right.
while. And there are different features with the seats as far as like the recline, because you'll need it reclined for rear-facing, and it's upright for forward-facing. The different seatbelt paths for forward and rear-facing, and the harness, like I was mentioning earlier, the harnesses. One of the errors that parents make is that the harnesses are too loose on the child.
Mhm.
And when I say loose, just simply pinching up the webbing, if you can pinch it up between your fingers, that's considered too loose.
Oh, all right, that's
So
good
that would
know.
need to be tight, and that's once the child is in and you've got it snugged in.
Right.
And you check it right about their collarbone, and if you pinch it up, and if you can pinch webbing, that is too loose. So
Wow,
you want to
that-
tighten it more.
Good to know. Very good to know.
And then the chest clip should always, after it's fastened, should always go up to the child's armpit level.
Okay.
The goal is to get this opening, whether it's this seat or the infant seat, get that opening as small as possible. Because if the belt is loose, the chest clip is down, this opening is bigger, the child can't be ejected from the seat.
Goodness.
So by having this up at the armpit and snug, your baby child should be safer in the seat.
And this is comfortable.
Yeah,
See,
it's nice and
here I'm
padded.
asking you how you're going to keep it to you. I would sit in this. I would be happy. Okay, so what do we have here?
And this is one of the boosters. And a lot of parents ask, well, how soon can I put my child in a booster? Well, it depends on how tall your child is, how much your child weighs, what kind of seat belts you have in your vehicle. And this is called a backless booster. And the other one I have is it's called a high back booster.
Oh, goodness, there it is. Okay.
Some go up to 80 pounds, some go up to 100 pounds. So you just need to read labels on the seats. But in an instance where you would have to use a high back booster is if you have a vehicle with a flat bench seat with no headrest.
Okay.
You have to have head protection for that child in a booster seat. Now, if you have a vehicle with adjustable headrests or integrated headrest built into the seat,
Sure.
and that child's head still will touch that headrest, then the backless booster is fine. However, booster seats must always, always, always be used with a lap and shoulder belt. It has to be used with the one that goes across the chest. If you're using it with just the lap belt, that is wrong and very unsafe for the child,
Wow.
because their head can still go forward and then have brain injury.
Sure. It's amazing, all these little things, and as you say them, they all make sense now. I mean, but to look at them 5 minutes ago, I had no idea the difference. But yeah, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
And a lot of parents will ask.
I'm destroying the studio.
A lot of parents will ask, what's the safest seat for my child?
Right.
And the answer to that is the safest seat for your child is one that fits your child, fits in your vehicle, fits your budget, and that you will use correctly every single time.
Right.
So, and a lot of stores are good about letting you borrow a seat to take it out, try it in your vehicle, make sure it fits well. And I have a lot of expectant parents call me and ask to help install their infant seat so when baby comes home from the hospital, they're ready to go.
Sure.
Now in my program, I'm not allowed to give car seats before babies are born. I do get a lot of pregnant moms calling, wanting an infant seat before baby comes, and I can't do that just because the baby has to be present so I can fit baby in the
That's
seat,
right.
do the education and that sort of thing.
Sure.
But yes, parents can call, make an appointment.
Okay, and how do they get a hold of you?
They can call the Pediatric Unit at Community Hospital, and that
Okay.
number is 298-5164,
Okay.
and ask for Joanne or just the lady that does the car seats, and the message will get to me, and I will call, schedule an appointment, and if they qualify, and
Okay.
get them taken care of.
Well, and it's good to know that there are those resources out there, because it can be very, very intimidating when you have a child coming into the family and money's tight, and you're looking and you're going, how am I going to have all these things that I need when the baby comes home? So it's good to know that the resources are out there.
Right.
There is a qualification system, as she said, but it's there, and that's beautiful to know. So we appreciate
Yep.
that.
And the veteran grant that we just received is wonderful. And like I said, prior to that, we've gotten grant money from the state every year
Sure.
to continue to purchase car seats. A couple of years I ran out of money and had to put people on waiting list until the next year rolled around and I got more grant money. But Community Hospital is very gracious to let me store the car seats and let me do this while I work. So
That's wonderful. Now, is there any way, if people want to help you or become a part of this movement, help at least get the word out, can they get a hold of you, and do you do anything, any outreach or anything?
I mean, I actually do car seat safety programs at preschools. I've done car seat checks at preschools. Parents will bring their children in and I'll check them in their seats there, big groups at a time. Or I'll just go and give a talk on child passenger safety and seatbelt safety. But yeah, they can certainly call, talk to me if they, donations are always accepted, of course, and that goes to buy more car seats. But people can call and donate or just ask questions about car seats or the law, and I'd be glad to help them out.
Wonderful. Well, Joanne, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and bringing this out. This is wonderful. And we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, go give her a call and find out as much as you can about child safety. Car seats are just one of the areas, as we talked about today. There's a lot more to this, so make sure you check in and get some more information. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.